Today we are at Business and Mindset Israel, a conference at the beautiful Nefesh B'Nefesh campus in Yerushalayim, bringing together the best and the brightest of the Israeli business world. We're going to be here today. We're going to ask them some questions, some of their stories. Here are some of the opportunities that exist today for people looking to make it economically here, to be inspired, and what are some of the changes that have taken place in the last few years to create opportunities for people just like you to find themselves here in Eretz Yisrael, here in Israel. Let's go check it out. I am here with
Ari Rosenstein. Andrew Goldstein.
Where are you from originally?
Woodmere. Eli Rapp.
David Azarad. I am from East Boca.
Avi Pinsky. I'm originally from LA.
David Newfield, and I'm from Toronto, Canada.
My name is Esty Cohen. I'm a graphic and web designer. Naomi Rubna. Hi.
And where are you from?
I'm from Manchester.
Gabriel.
Gabriel, where are you from?
California originally. Benjamin G.
Brachi Lerner. Daniela Hellerstein.
Eliana Shgeti.
Okay, Eliana, where are you from?
Originally from Silver Spring, Maryland.
Yitzchak Bookengoltz.
Fantastic. Yitzchak, where are you from?
Chicago.
Okay, Arya, what do you do for a living here in Israel?
I have a startup business called LifeShare.
I organize biotech and pharma conferences.
I'm a project manager.
Real estate agent.
Business coach.
I'm part-time marketing director at Mishpacha magazine, and I also do branding and copywriting.
Marketing.
I work at a company, Planet Israel.
I'm a dietitian. I work independently, and I also work for a small business called Healthy.
What are some of the things that you say have changed maybe in the last 10 or so years in the way that native English speakers can make a living here in Israel?
I cannot even explain how much things have changed.
I think the world has really changed since COVID.
There are more opportunities than ever before.
Today, the world became a small place. You can work from everywhere for anywhere.
COVID changed a lot, where you could see the virtual interactions across the world. Zoom became standard.
Telecommuting is something that is COVID has literally brought to the table.
I have very few in-person meetings anymore.
Meetings are primarily on Zoom.
Working for international companies is 100 times easier.
Remote business has become absolutely norm.
There's 1 million US companies that hire remote.
And I was doing everything remote, and I realized I could be sitting there, I could be sitting here, so why not sit in Israel? I prefer the American hours.
What would you say the job market here in Israel is like today?
So again, you have to come and understand that you're coming to a new country, new language, new mentality. It takes a little adjusting. Just like if you would have moved from New York to California.
Like the opportunities in Israel, working for tech companies in Tel Aviv and Renana, they're popping up all over the place all the time.
The Israel economic is growing rapidly in the last years. We can see a real big growth of wealth and people that are making with here much more money.
And they want English speakers. So it's like, come, everyone.
Israeli society needs more people like us because they're trying to connect themselves to the rest of the world. Right? That's what it's about. We have the smartest people and most motivated, driven people living here today, and they need people like us to connect them to the rest of the world.
Obviously now AI is all the rage, and I think there's probably going to be lots and lots of opportunities there as well. But I think just in general, even if you're a service provider, even if you're, whatever skills you have, I think there's an opportunity in Israel for you.
So much innovation happening, and there are so many new things that people could use help with. So it's really not so difficult to do it. I was in Yeshiva about eight and a half years ago. I remember looking on Waze, and I couldn't find half of the addresses. And now just things are so much smoother. Just the amount of things that developed in the last 8-9 years is crazy.
I think if you're willing to be creative and take a little bit of a chance, you'll find that it's extremely worthwhile, and it's Aliyah to Israel. You got to just do it.
I came here with zero plan and no idea about the job market itself. And I found a job very quickly. I was very surprised by how quick things moved and the opportunities available. And then in terms of starting your own thing, I think that ability to get a side hustle and start something is actually really manageable. Speak to Nefesh B'Nefesh, get some Aliyah, get some advice in starting a business, and just do it.
What would you say to people who are looking to make a living here in Israel as a native English speaker?
It can be very challenging. I feel like the first thing that you have to do is have bitachon.
The opportunities, I started to start up last year. As you can see, the networking.
Network.
Networking. That's mostly how I get my customers. People know me online on social media and in person because I show up and I talk to people and I have relationships with people.
Israel is a great place to approach anyone and everyone you want. A lot of success in Israel in a business world is through networking.
Networking is very important in Israel, also to get a foot in the door and also to have people recommend you and recommend you to other people.
The opportunities are always there. If you can find the right market and you find the right product that you're passionate about, you'll find a market.
It's a lot easier than it looks. Just come on over, and this is a country full of self-starters. So if you just have that drive, you'll make it happen. You'll find out that if you ask people, even CEOs or head of hedge funds, if they're willing to have lunch with you, people are willing to sit with you.
I think if you come here with low expectations and your heart is open and you see what Hashem gives you and He helps you with, anything is possible.
Hashem really sets it up. If you want to do something and you trust in Hashem, Hashem will set it up.
There is that misconception that in Israel you can't make a good living. And there's not so much opportunity, but
You can absolutely make it in Israel with Siyata D'Shmaya, with the right mindset and with the right motivation. You have to put grit into it. It's not easy, but you can absolutely do it. There is a market for everything.
Right now, I am not doing what I would have thought I would have been doing a year ago, what I'm doing today. It's all up to Hashem. I help different organizations do different things now also, only because I'm keeping in mind Hashem is guiding me, so I follow whatever Hashem is sending down my path.
We know that all the shefa comes down from Israel, from Eretz Kodesh, Ira Kodesh.
Yeah, you get first
dibs.
dibs.
Yeah,
first take.
At the end of the day, people are looking for stability, right? In business, we're always looking for stability. At the end of the day, the most stable source in the world is Hashem. And Hashem tells you, Eretz HaKodesh.
If you want to be here, if you want to be here with every fiber of your being, it will work out one way or another.
The opportunities, the possibilities in here are they're actually overwhelming. And I'm very involved in social media and LinkedIn. And so many people in America are saying, wow, like what a dynamic business environment. The ecosystem here has incredible opportunity. It's the startup nation. If you're in high tech, if you're in the service industry, there are tremendous opportunities. So
I feel like here in Israel, the parnasa is a totally different avodah than the parnasa in the U.S. In Eretz HaKodesh is limtar shamayim to shemaim. We get our water from the rain. We don't have the Nile 24/7, 12 months a year. We don't have the big sustainable derech hateva shefa that we have in the U.S., but at the end of the day in Israel, the parnasa is just a tool to get to a higher level spiritually and actually live happily.
Don't be a coward. If you're only thinking about money, you're not going to get anywhere in life. You're not going to have purpose. You're going to have a life full of regret.
Shmuel Kamenetsky, the Gadol of America. And before we moved here, my wife and I went to go see him. And he asked us this question: is your heart and your neshama invested in Eretz HaKodesh? Do you really want to move to Eretz HaKodesh? But if you're really invested to come to Eretz HaKodesh, then everything else will fall into place.
Be prepared for it to be difficult sometimes. It's not going to be roses and sunshine, but it's so absolutely worth it.
Be honest with you, the opportunities are endless. People don't understand. Americans, wake up. You don't understand. The land of opportunity is Israel.
I would assume that somebody who moves here has a wider perspective than just making parnasa. And I would assume that somebody who's moving here has more fundamental goals he wants to achieve. And I would assume that for that guy who wants to achieve those fundamental goals and reach those levels, this is the place for him, because parnasa is just a tool to get to a higher level in avodas Hashem and actually live happily.
The saddest Aliyah story I ever read, which my mom sent me, which I thought was beautiful, was a couple made Aliyah. He was like 99 and she was like 96. And I go, that's depressing. It was their life goal. My mom's like, oh, and they made Aliyah. My mom doesn't live in Israel, right? And I was like, that's really sad. Their whole life, they want to make Aliyah. They did, but they didn't get to live and build and be part of our destiny. And so be part of your destiny, your children's destiny, our people's destiny, and make your own story. Right. Or be in Galu and live a life of regret. And maybe your kids will make Aliyah.
So again, the recipe is wake up, daven to Hashem just like you daven for everything. Learn a little Torah, do chesed, and then go out to work. Okay? And when you go out to work, you'll be able to be matzliach in Israel, I think, very well
No questions about it.
Parnasa and business are not an obstacle, and if you've got the go ahead vision and you want to be successful, the opportunities will be here to be successful.
Just being in Israel, the fact that you don't need to explain to people, I'm leaving early because it's Shabbos, I'm leaving early because it's Chag, oh, I have a bris. You'll tell your boss that you're coming late the next morning because you have a bris of a nephew. He'll say, great. Literally, he'll tell you, bring me a bagel. You don't need to explain that, why you're not shaven during the 3 weeks or whatever it may be. Or you have a bar mitzvah and therefore you have to go on the Monday and the Thursday. These are things that in Israel, you just don't need to be explained, and you definitely don't need to be apologetic about. And there's no question about it. I don't care where you are in Israel. Wearing a yarmulke, wearing a kippah, wearing your tzitzis out, okay, and showing the fact that you're a frum religious Jew is not in any way a handicap. You don't need to be apologetic for your Jewishness, and that's something that is worth a lot of money.
And if somebody wants to reach you, maybe for some Facebook ads, maybe some... well, how would they reach you?
Reach me, Shemesh Ads, LinkedIn, Gav Baron,
Gav Baron, Shemesh Ads, Gabriel Baron in Eretz Yisroel. In LA it was Gav Baron, but in Eretz Yisrael it's Gabriel Baron. Shemesh Ads.
Instagram, Planet Israel. Plan IT Israel.
I'm on LinkedIn, Daniela Hellerstein.
LinkedIn, Benjamin G.
Come home, people.
You can contact me on scdesigns.com. That's ESTEE Designs, DESIGNS.com.
What is up, guys? I hope you enjoyed that video. I know Shimon and myself, we had a fantastic time going down to the Business and Mindset event and filming this video and meeting all these fantastic people. I just had a couple of things that came to mind while editing this video. I can't help but to see the events taking place in the world as Hashem facilitating the return of the Jewish people to Eretz Yisrael. And what we saw in this video was that there was definitely a lot of talk of this new phenomenon that took place since COVID, where people can keep their jobs or get good jobs here in Eretz Yisrael while being able to work remotely. It has become the complete norm for most businesses to have business meetings, to have conferences over the internet, over Zoom. And to me, there's no question that this is one of the many ways that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is making it easier and easier for Jews to come here, for Jews to have less excuses. Many people can keep their jobs, many people can come here and get a job where they're still working for American companies. And although I believe that people should try to work in the land and for the land and work in Eretz Yisrael, keep the money in Eretz Yisrael, but to each person, they got to figure out what's best for them. But there's no question that making a parnasa in Eretz Yisrael, it has been challenging, and it's still more challenging than in America. But we are at a point in time for anyone to say you can't make a living in Eretz Yisrael is simply not true. I came here 4.5 years ago. It definitely took a year or two for me to get on my feet, to get my business started, and to be able to get to a point where I felt comfortable with the money I was making. But I was able to do it. And from what I see, most people can. Most people who put in the work, who understand that you're coming to a new country with a new culture and its own set of rules, it's gonna take some work. But there's absolutely no question that everybody can come here and make a fantastic parnasa for themselves. Of course, this is a land of bitachon. This is a land where we are fed directly by HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So when you come to Eretz Yisrael, of course, the number one thing before you put in the ishtadlus, before you start looking for a job, realize and understand that here in Eretz Yisrael, it's completely about the connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So you have to daven to Hashem, you have to trust in Hashem, and while you're putting in your ishtadlus, keep trusting in Hashem, and if Hashem makes it somewhat difficult to make a parnasa here, it's only because He wants you to connect with Him more. This is what I've seen from so many people. There's a lot of people that I know that they've been here for many, many years, and they still have no idea how they're really paying all their bills. But Hashem has unbelievably miraculous ways of doing it here. Some people, it's more b'derech hateva. For some people, it's more unnatural. But Hashem has a way of giving everyone what they need here. There's no question about it. And if you come here, you have to realize that this is not a land of money. This is a land of spirituality. And here, money is secondary. In America, money is primary. Spirituality usually is secondary to money in America. Here, that is not the case. So if you come here to Eretz Yisrael, understand that the money is only here to facilitate the spirituality, to be able to perform the mitzvahs properly. And if you have this understanding, then you're going to have an amazing, amazing life here in Eretz Yisrael. I also appreciated that while we were going around this business networking event, somehow everybody while giving their answers, were infusing their answers with spirituality, with an understanding that everything's from Hashem, and they have to have bitachon, and this is a land that is taken care of by Hashem. This is a place where you have to appreciate that everything happens from Hashem, and that living here is about connecting to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and not about making money. And it was clear while interviewing so many people at this event that it's just an obvious, clear realization to almost everybody. We're at a business event asking questions about Parnasa, and everybody can't help but just infuse their answers with spirituality and bitachon. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Like this video, share it with friends, share all the videos with friends. We're trying to get all of Klal Yisrael to move back to Eretz Yisroel so we can build the Beis HaMikdash, see the Geula in our days. And don't be so scared about being able to make a living here, because this is a land of bitachon, a land of connection to Hashem. And if you come here, I promise, if you come here understanding that you're here to connect to our Father in heaven, you'll be successful, guaranteed.